What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, we have the college football pick'em for this weekend. And, today's games, it is Thursday, September 1st, 2022. So we have some college football on week one action today. Some really good games. Definitely should be watching today's games for sure. We have Saturday, full slate of games. We have some games Sunday as well. So this is I looked through the schedules of week one and kind of went over the games that I thought were really interesting and games that I feel like are really good pick'em games. I'm not going to pick Utah State and Alabama because we know, obviously, Alabama is a significantly better team than Utah State and they're going to beat them bad. So that's kind of the evidence. So you won't see some games on here, you'll see some. That's kind of how I want to do pick'em this year. So first game we have is a Thursday night game. Tonight we have West Virginia versus Pitt, the backyard brawl. I think this is going to be a really good game, one of the best games of the day and of week one. I think West Virginia does win this football game really closely. We have Penn State at Purdue. I have the winner being Penn State. I think Penn State comes in the season well and does well and beats Purdue on the road. I think Purdue they're going to have a good environment tonight. I'm just letting y'all know that it's going to be a spectacular environment. It's going to be a tough environment for Penn State to go into, and I think they could struggle Penn State at times, but I think Sean Clifford and some of the weapons they have, I think is going to uphold them and get them to win this weekend. I think their weapons that they have are going to uphold them and make them, win this football game. And they have a lot of talent on that side of the ball. Potential talent, at least I would say. So, yeah, I got Penn State winning that game. Next game, we have Cincinnati at Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to win this game. I think Cincinnati has a lot of turnover now. I think they're good enough to have guys come in and play well and, replace a few guys. You're not going to replace, this a first round pick in a second or third round QB in Desmond Ritter, but I think they can come in and be a really good football team this year. I do have Arkansas winning though, and I have the covering as well. Next game is kind of a game that you kind of want to expect, but I think this game is going to be low-key close. Is Houston at UTSA. I think UTSA obviously had a really good year last year. They are ranked. I know. I think they lost a few guys, but Houston obviously I think is the leader for the non-Power 5 team to potentially make the playoff. I'm not saying they will, but I think they're the best candidate because they have a really good roster. They bring back a lot of people. But yeah, UTSA I think can hang with Houston a little bit, but I do have Houston winning. But I think that would be a close game. Don't sleep on that game. So this is kind of one of my shockers. We have BYU at South Florida. This is kind of one of my shockers. We have BYU at South Florida. I think South Florida gets the W and upsets BYU. I know it's a throw-out one, but man, I think South Florida gets the job done. Next game we have is Utah at Florida. We have the Utes winning the game. I think they're too good of a football team. I think they're an accomplished football team. I think they have a lot on their roster to work with. They're being back to starting quarterback. I really like this Utah team. I know they have to replace, like I said, Devin Lloyd and other things, but I like where they're at. I like the direction that Florida is, especially recruiting. They have a talented quarterback in Anthony Richardson. So he'll be an interesting candidate in this game to see how good he plays versus probably going to be a really good defense. But I do have Utah winning that game. Next game, we have Bowling Green at UCLA. I like this matchup a lot for Bowling Green, and I have them winning the football game. I think this is going to be kind of an upset one. I really like Bowling Green in this football game. I think they bring back a few guys, and I think they can get this win over UCLA. I do like UCLA a lot this year, but I think I got to pick up upset games. I think they are the most likely one to be upsetted. Next game we have Notre Dame at Ohio State. I have Ohio State winning. I think they do cover. I think they do. I have Notre Dame and Ohio State. I think this will be a closer game than what people think. But I do have Notre Dame, making it close, but Ohio State's going to win. I have Ohio State winning. Georgia at Oregon is another game, Saturday game. I think a 2:30 kickoff time. I have Georgia winning, and I think they win pretty comfortably. I think the Bulldogs roll in this game. I think Oregon, they're just in the process of retooling their roster. Give Oregon a few years, give that coaching staff a few years, and we could really judge them after that. But right now, if they lose this game, I don't think that's a Dan Lanning is not the guy type scenario, because I think he is that guy, and I think he'll do a great job at Oregon. But if he loses this game, I know it's going to be a tough loss, but it's just the start of his head coaching career and his career at Oregon. So next game we have is Florida State at LSU. I have kind of an upset. I have Florida State win this football game. I know people are like, well, LSU is guaranteed to win this game. I don't necessarily think that. I think Florida State is a good enough football team to beat LSU. I think Mike Norvell's doing a great job there, and at least making this team quite good. I mean, he had to rebuild a lot of stuff in this team, and with its offensive line and the quarterback room. I like what they're doing. I have them winning this football game. The next game we have is Clemson at Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech, obviously not the craziest of teams, but for Clemson, this is a decent week 1 matchup. I mean, it is in their conference, and you have to respect that. And I think Georgia Tech could give Clemson some run for their money in portions of this game. I think Clemson wins, and I don't know if they cover. I don't even know what the spread is on this game, but don't also be surprised if you look at halftime, it's like 21, like 13, 17, a little margin there. Don't be surprised. I don't know if it's going to be that high scoring. I'll say 17, like 17-9 or something at halftime. And Clemson's winning, obviously. But don't be surprised if that game's closer than we expect. So that'll be it for this video. This is my college football pick'em. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.